Welcome to the Startable Vlog, the place where everyone can be an entrepreneur. I'm Nicole Dickens, the founder of Zoetica, where we help people start, launch, then scale their ideas for maximum impact. The Startable community itself is all about igniting the entrepreneurial spirit for people in the early stages of entrepreneurship to discover, then launch their ideas into the world, and it will forever be free to join. No worries on that front, guys. Now, we're continuing our conversation on what makes a better business by exploring the concept of mutuality and how it could provide a window into driving profits. Much of what I've been sharing is actually the brainchild of a group of former Mars Inc. corporate economists. Yes, I'm talking about the candy company, who were tasked with rethinking how Mars could do business in ways that promote sustainability and stability so that it can continue to be a competitive and influential force in its industry. Mars understood the unsustainability of the current expression of capitalism. It resulted in the 2008 crisis, of which many are still feeling the pain of, by the way. And it began to seek ways of improving how it did business for its own longevity and the longevity of the communities in which it conducts business, in which it receives its profits. What they've uncovered has now become a collective of institutions seeking to answer this same question and includes the likes of Harvard Business School, Oxford Said Business School, INSEAD, the French Business School, as well as other Fortune 1000 corporations. They formed an independent think tank and consultancy called the Economics of Mutuality that are helping businesses rethink and realign purpose with how they do business actually. Clearly, they're speaking Startable's language. Now, at its core is the concept of mutuality that can drive greater, fairer, and healthier profits across all forms of capital. The thought is that by creating mutually beneficial engagement points across the entire ecosystem of your business brings stability that can provide profits for years to come. Caring about the whole ecosystem instead of just the parts from which you can squeeze shorter-term financial value, basically, is the concept. And one of the examples offered in the book by the Economics of Mutuality's founder, Bruno Roche, called Completing Capitalism, has to do with looking at revenue sharing across the entire chain of the coffee business, from farmer to cooperative to roaster to manufacturer to distributor. And as you can guess, the lion's share of revenue went to the manufacturer and the distributor, but the supply chain pressures that contributed to the squeezing at the farmer level was driving that segment of the supply chain out of business because no one could live as a coffee farmer. There was no profit in being a coffee farmer. That in turn increased instability to the supply of coffee throughout the entire industry. And people, I need my cup of joe in the mornings. Don't mess with that. It was clear that changes in the revenue sharing model needed to occur to ensure consistent, high-quality supply of coffee. Or in other words, making life untenable for coffee farmers, the suppliers, only contributed to the instability of that supply. No one makes money for long in that scenario. Even now, as you begin to think about turning that idea into a business or a nonprofit, you should be considering ways to make it sustainable for the long term. Ways to build something that will last and will do so profitably for years to come. Exploring now what forms of capital your idea would directly impact. How you can create the ecosystem your idea needs to flourish and to scale in ways that are mutually beneficial to all players in your ecosystem will not only give you an advantage over your competition, but will set you up for long-term success that could be multi-generational. It seems to be working for the Mars Corporation. Something to think about, you think? Now go out there and build something, guys, that's gonna last.